Oh, there we go. That was a nice takedown. Yep. Ooh. He's a long ways out there too. River rats, you couldn't ask for a much prettier morning than that, but I don't ask for pretty mornings. I do ask for pretty big fish, and we're gonna try to get one. So let's go. We are in some ridiculously deep water, like 50 yards off the bank. If you want to call that a bank, I think I might call it a cliff. But yeah, steep as the shoreline is, it goes like that straight down into the water, and yeah, we're gonna drag baits along it. There are fish down there. It's crazy that there might be something living down that deep and we're not in the ocean. Hopefully they're hungry. The only way to know for sure is to drop a bait down there. I did the old raccoon test last night to see if there's any around the place, and checked out. Had the old skippy tail still sticking around. Got bait cut up. I think we'll do the catfish test. Leave some baits down in the water to see if there's any catfish there. I'm gonna pull some boards. One thing I really enjoy about pulling boards, other than that it works, is when a fish hits a bait that's moving, they hit it 10 times harder than they do when it's not moving. Not always the case, but seems to be the case quite often. Yeah, let's get some baits down there. This place might as well be a different world than what I'm used to. I mean, the water is, it rained and the water is not muddy. That's weird, for starters. And it's deeper than 5 feet. That's also weird. Yeah, we'll do skip on the right and shad on the left. Or nautical terms, we'll do skip on the port, shad on the starboard, which, you know, that'll help me remember it. S and S. In theory, it'll help me remember it. If you want to do this, gear I'm using, get a, I think they call this pole a medium light, which is comical. It is the furthest thing from a medium light pole I've ever seen, but it's a softer fishing rod. I like softer fishing rods for dragging baits and just catfishing in general. Some guys like stout carbon, graphite. I like fiberglass. Softer, more forgiving. It's bendy. It's also durable. You can beat it up and not feel too bad about it. Anyway, I think the biggest part is performance, and fiberglass rods, they're bendier. I feel like they hook up better. They're more forgiving when you hook into a fish, and that's why I like them. 80-pound braid mainline, 80-pound leader, a 3 or 4 ounce dragging weight, and a float, 8/0 hook, or 10, depending on bait size. Okay, that one's out there away. One really important thing when you're dragging baits and you got a lot of line out behind the boat is check your drag once you put it in the holder, because when that spool size shrinks, the drag goes up. And if you get a big fish and you have spicy drag like I sometimes do, and by sometimes I mean most of the time, you could bust a fish off in the holder real easy. Not that I've ever done anything like that. Line counters are nice. I'm going to start playing around with, oh yeah, that's why you back the drag off. I'm also going to be playing around with different colored lines. Or what do they call that? Trolling line, where it's different color every 10 feet. See how I like that. And this one, I want it like that slopes down. I want this one right along the base of that drop off, all up in the rocks and stuff. The upside of grinding your baits up in the rocks is Sometimes that's where they're at. The downside is sometimes you go through $30 of sinkers like I did yesterday. It's tough to have it all. This isn't the deepest water I've ever fished, but like it's amongst the deepest water I've ever fished. She's just crazy to me. All right, hopefully we see one of these guys get roasted. That'd be pretty neat. We got a little guy trying. It's a big fish water, bud. What are you doing up here? At least I think it's big fish water. There is some life though. That's more than I've seen. Ooh, is that a bite? I think so. Is he gonna pull it down though? Maybe not. He's just gonna think about it. Yeah, just a few half-hearted yanks. Yeah, I wonder if he's just been swimming around with it for a while. Yeah. Well, there's a head shake. And he's gone. Wouldn't surprise me a bit if that was a big old flathead. Got impatient. Dang it. See the spot to get him too. Should have let him do it all on his own. What's the bait look like? Not saying it was a big old flathead, but I bet it was a flathead. I'm gonna check this one too. Almost feels like there's something on it. Yeah, there might be a fish on it. Wonder how long I've been dragging him around. He pulled on her a handful of times and then just threw in the towel, I guess. No skunk. Just a little cutie pie, you might say. Yes, I say. See, I'm glad I checked it. What if he would have got eaten? Wouldn't have hooked up, probably, but that would have been something. Watched a buddy of mine reel in a walleye and then had a big muskie hit it on the way in. That was pretty neat. So it does happen. I don't think I've ever had it happen with a catfish though. Oh, there's one. Yeah. Stay on there, buddy. Boards always make me nervous about keeping fish on. Oh yeah, there's some weight there. Hey, you put your baits on the bottom and you get bit. Oh, it's funny how that works. Makes the guy wonder how many fish we could have had. Okay. Come here, board. Flip the lever. Down she goes. Cool. Starting to think I sucked there for a minute. Well, he ain't to the boat yet. You get your money's worth on the fights when you do this because you got so much line out. There he is. Not a bad one. I don't think any of them are bad ones though. He's whooped. Yeah, he's pretty nice. Come here, buddy. Into the net you go. Thank you. Okay. Got him burped. He's still pretty fat, even though I got most of the air out of him. And he's still pretty nice. And it was nice to see a rod get caved and folded and whatnot. Still would like to have seen that flathead, or what I'm betting's a flathead, but pretty happy seeing him. Down to the bottom he goes. Now we're getting into that real deep water, like that 60, 70, 80 foot. You never know what's down in a place like that too. It's exciting. Oh, there we go. That was a nice takedown. Yep. Ooh. He's a long ways out there too. I was just about to say the old super deep stuff has not been super fruitful, but if we get this fish to the boat, I think we're gonna like him. That was just solid takedown. Not a drag ripper, but just firm. Which I appreciate. Only a football field away. He's coming up to the top. Oh, I just saw him. He's up on top, splashing around. He's pretty darn nice. There he dives back down, swimming at us. Thank you. Like I said, he's a long ways away. Guess there's a few fish down here. It's not hot and heavy. All right, let's see what we're working with here. He's big. I don't know for sure how big yet. Okay, come here, net. Oh, where are you at? Oh, yeah. Lots of color. Come on, slide out of there. Yeah, I'm gonna need the net for you, buddy. Sloshing around out there like a big old pig. Because he is a big old pig. Stay out of my drift sock, please. Okay, come here, buddy. Almost had you. I think I got you. Well, I was wondering if this was going to pan out or not. I think it panned out. Okay, buddy. Here we go. I haven't been in the weight room as much lately, and it's showing. Maybe he's just bigger than I think he is. Okay, porker. Okay, yeah, that's a nice one. I don't know, like I said, you get your money's worth when you got to reel him in from a football field away, and I don't know, he fought like a champ. He burped quite a bit. I think he should swim off all right. Catfish seem pretty resistant to the old barotrauma. I'll hold him in the water for a sec just to make sure. Yep. All the way out of 73 feet of water. You swim off for me? Back down. 73 feet down. Cool. You know, I've never really weighed fish on camera. I do weigh fish, not a ton of fish, but I weigh fish. And I watched a video the other day and somebody caught a big old fish, and I'm like, man, I'd like to know how much that weighed. And they ended up saying how much it weighed, which I appreciated. So I think I'm gonna start weighing more of them. That one was right about 43. And the only reason I weighed it is because I hadn't weighed one in a while, and I wanted to see if I could guess pretty close. And I was a little high, 45, but I'll take 40 plus any day of the week, and twice on Sunday, or any day that ends in Y. It's hard to tell what is going on when you have a bait that far away. They've got to really smack it. Hope the circle hook does its job. I hope you don't hop on the fishing rod too early and pop it out of his mouth, like I am obviously known to do. I get excited. And you can bet if you have one that does smack it when the bait's that far away, it's a darn good one. We're coming out of the hole, shallowing up, which is weird because it's still like 65 feet deep. The places you'll go. Got about, I don't know, 300 more yards that I'm gonna go. And then after that, try a different spot. Hit when we were bouncing around like Sid Bobber and I was reeling all the other lines in. I don't think he's gonna break any world records, but that was a pretty pleasant surprise. Should probably put this in a rod holder before it gets ripped in the water or something dumb like that. Oh yeah, feisty little bud. Oh, barely hooked. Come here. Can we swing in? Oh no. We're gonna try. Yep, in the boat. Made it. Barely made it, just by the skin of the whisker. And just like that, he's off. Well, we had to reel this rod in anyway. Might as well reel it in with the fish on it. Okay, bud. Thanks for being a welcome surprise. Back you go. Back down he goes. All right, back to moving. I think. A lot of stuff on the fish finder. Found us another big old rock cliff to fish beside. It's neat that there's fish here. It's also neat that it's pretty. Never really thought of myself as someone who appreciated those types of things, but kind of appreciate those kinds of things. Anyway, enough mushy talk. Let's get some baits out. This spot is nice and calm. Oh, little professional overrun there. What I was getting at is this spot is nice and calm. And it's quite pleasant. Good scenery, comfortable. The only thing we're missing is fish. It's a delicious little nug right there. All right, I'm gonna get these lines set and hopefully get one more. My trolling motor is acting all wonky. I was just letting everything get lined up. I think he's still on there. That's a good start to the drift. Troll, whatever you want to call it. I don't think he's real big, but he is a fish. Had a gust of wind hit me and had the boat kind of acting funny. So I was working on that, and then this little fella decided to hit it. Oh yeah, a little tight. We'll take him though. Whoever wants to join the party. So I like to party. Come here, bud. Almost big enough where I can't hold him with one hand. Yeah. Thanks for playing. Down he goes. Down to the abyss It's pretty neat watching them swim like 10 feet under the water. There's lots of things that are neat. Being out here is neat. Being able to get out here, that's really neat. Oh, wow. I was snoozing. Actually, I wasn't snoozing. I was just sitting down. So I finally messed with all these rods, and that one folded over pretty good. The one that's a football field away. Drag was pretty loose. He didn't pull any off, but pulled it out nice. Keep me busy over here. Definitely appears to be a few more. Wonder why. Take my time. Let him burp and stuff. Yeah, I think he's gonna be pretty darn decent. The way this spot's going, this would be one where you double up at. All right, he's coming up top. Oh yeah. Turned him into a blue cat propeller. He's just out there spinning in circles. It's amazing, he's pretty much given up, but he still has somehow managed to drift towards my other line. Impressive work. We'll see if we can keep him out of it. I think we managed to keep him out of it. Now let's go under here. Come here, bud. All right, I think we can flip him. There we go. He's fat and vocal. Sweet. I think we found a new spot. All right. See you, buddy. 70 feet of water. Caught one more little squeaker, but I was on the phone with my buddy Brad. The awkwardness was definitely high in this one. At least it felt that way on my end, but awkward's kind of my thing. I wouldn't say I've mastered it, but got lots of practice. Anyway, I got blue cat slime on me. Back to being awkward. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch. That means a ton. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If you want to embrace the awkwardness, God, I'm still being awkward. Just forget I said that. Thanks for watching. Hope you catch a giant.